So set yourself up in a comfortable way to sit. Okay, we're going to do this too. So just as you come into your seated posture, seated posture, let's just reach the arms up. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Move yourself a little bit if that feels good. Wiggle your fingers and all that stuff. You can wiggle your toes wherever you are. Good. And then release your hands. Beautiful. Find your sit. And we will Om together, and then we'll just drop into silence. On the next inhale, lengthen tall, and as you exhale, join your hands together at your heart, bow your chin. And on the next inhale, lengthen yourself tall. Exhale through your mouth. And join in the triple Om together. Inhale. Om. 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 Staying in your postures. Gently bring yourself back, just stay exactly as you are. Bringing the awareness to whatever's happening, whatever you're experiencing, and you gently awaken. Release your hands to your chin and open your eyes. Great. We're going to come into a downward dog. Have your tennis ball nearby. You know, downward dog is not in the wheelhouse today. You can always take a child's pose. Even hands and knees and stretching one leg out. Posture to get you into this body. And stay in this idea of sitting in meditation. Keep all the resonance moving to this posture. Moving in any way that would feel good. Here we're going to come up to standing. Take 5 breaths to get there. Bring yourself into that. Stand on your feet and maybe the eyes stay closed. Balance on your feet and you come up mindfully. Feeling the breath. And the simple act of standing. Balancing on your feet. Letting your eyes softly open if they're closed. Take the tennis ball. And then you can always hold on to a wall. We'll step 1 foot back and 1 step forward, and any stance, it might be big, small. For some, this can be really excruciating. So modify as you need to. Just working this ball, as we all are. Working the sole of the foot. Notice if you're gripping your breath and feeling like a little tension in the tummy area, lower pelvic floor maybe. Okay, I'm going to step the feet together-ish, and then balancing on the left leg, I'm just going to roll the ball underneath the right foot. It's a bit of balance. Good. Okay. And then we'll bring as if the feet are standing beside each other. And just going to shift the weight over to the right. So I'm just going to exaggerate that. I'm just putting more weight onto the ball, and my ball is in the arch of the foot. Okay. Let's just move to the heel of the right foot. So you're like you're wearing a high heel. You can just push it down. And once you have the ball, secure between heel and floor, see if you can lift the rest of the foot up. Okay, now I'm just going to turn my foot a couple times, let the ball go where it goes. We'll massage, and then we'll step off the ball, take a moment, feel vibrancy in the 2 feet. And here's a fun thing. Let's take a forward fold here and we can feel. So inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, take your hands to the floor. The legs maybe are going to go straight, maybe not. You might need to bend a lot. Let's see if you can feel a difference in the opening of the back of the right leg and the left. And then we'll come up, bend the knees and sweep the arms out and up. Come up through the power of your legs. Reach up. Good. Release your arms, and then we'll switch sides. We'll just do all that. Mushing and massaging. And step your right foot wherever it needs to go. Just be very generous. Pushing this foot. Beautiful breathing. We're walking in a beautiful park and smelling the smells of nature around you. And even though you're doing this, when we make it like that meditative place, So stay here. Let's take two more. Big, beautiful, smelling the green of nature and listening to the birds moment. And then we'll step the right foot right beside the left. We find the balance on the right leg and roll the ball. If you feel wobbly today, put your hands on your hips. That can be a nice stabilizer. Didn't do this on the other side. You can also reach your arms up. Okay. All right. I'm going to step the feet, bring them together, and then we're just going to find and start to shift the weight over to the left, like maybe the weight, like you're rocking side to side and putting more weight into this ball. Shift the hips over to the left. Good. And then we'll bring the heel to the floor. Oh, no, we did heel to the ball. Okay, let's switch. That was good too. Put the heel on the ball and really connect it. Push down. See if you can lift the foot up. And if we can do that, then we'll just start to move this foot. It's moving the toes out and in. Okay, great. Step off. Pause. Feel the vibrancy. And we'll take a forward fold again. Reach up. And exhale. And bend your knees. Stick your butt back. Take the hands down. Oh, I'm going to take advantage of this ball here and put a palm on top and just push. That works. Switch hands. All right. Good. Okay. So from here, I'm just going to set the ball aside and put the hands down and walk back for the downward facing dog. Come down onto knees and grab a blanket so that you're supported here for a spot for your knees. If you need a blanket, and so we'll be on hands and knees for a little bit. So if you need more support, you put it there. It's all good. Okay, and we'll come onto hands and knees and tuck the toes under. Shift ourselves forward and back a few times, and maybe turn your hands out slightly. Moving yourself forward and back in whatever capacity, just opening up. Welcoming a little bit of movement here. Okay. And then we put the tops of the feet on the floor. And just do this again a few times, just moving front to back. Maybe it becomes a little bigger. You see if maybe it comes all the way back for the child's pose and all the way forward, dropping the hips. A bit of a cobra. Two more. Okay, we'll take it back. I'm going to move into child's pose. I'm going to bring my knees together, feet together. That's not happy. Make it happy. Climb the floor with my fingers. See if I can make the arms a little longer. So I feel when I do this, I get nice traction in the low back. You might feel it somewhere else. So tune into that place. Breathe there. And bring yourself back up to your hands and your knees. Okay, I'm going to keep the left knee where it is. Tuck the left toes under. Let's extend the right leg back. And just move a little forward and back here just to feel this. From here, okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do here. We're going to walk the hands back. You might put the right knee on the floor and lift the left knee. We're just going to pop up to this. You're just going to come up to this. And then, you feel maybe you need your blocks, you need to separate your legs a bit. And so the left foot is forward, right foot is back, and you might even walk the right foot out to the right, left foot out to the left. And we're going to come back down the same way we came in. So walk the hands forward and just going to find your lowering. Whatever that is. Okay, you're going to walk the hands forward. You're going to take the left knee forward. And maybe it's pigeon. Maybe it turns out. And maybe the knee stays in between the hands. You just see whatever feels okay for you. Just going to rock a little bit. So a little bit side to side. Okay, we're going to drop right onto this left hip. You're just going to put the hips down, start to turn. So we're comes up, the left leg in, right leg out. So you just take a moment. You're here. Oh, did that not work? Focus the camera. I get it. Okay, be where you are. Just feel this. Make modifications if you need to. We're just going to flow side to side. So as you're ready, just be very, come back to maybe that meditative thing. You're just moving slow and you're just feeling. And as you come over to the right leg, you have so many options of where you want to put your right hand. Maybe to the outside, maybe to the inside, maybe even on top. And all those places are going to twist the torso in a little bit of a different way. So just be so excited about that. All the different options. Okay, do maybe a few more, just playing here, noticing. And we're going to settle over to the right side. Okay, I'm going to do one more swing and then I'm going to settle. I'm going to put my arm inside. You can put it anywhere you like. And just be here for a few moments in the stretch. Okay, I'm going to take this right foot and put the toes up to the sky. I'm reaching through the left side. Twist and open. Okay, and then maybe, if you have this elbow down, the palm can face up. Okay, and then come out. Okay, we're going to turn ourselves. So I'm putting the right hand down and take the left arm and reach it up. And then you play with, I need to bring this leg in more or keep it out, whatever it is. Okay, bring yourself into a fold here, folding over the right leg. The left hand can go to the opposite side. It can stay inside. And you might just be right upright, heart aiming over leg. Whatever it is, come back to that meditative practice and being with the breath. So we're here for another 3-4 breaths. Settle yourself in, wiggle in. Take ourselves up. You need to fold the right leg in. Do what you got to do. I'm going to keep mine where it is. And I'm going to twist over to the left side. Take the arm over. Find a little twist here. That left foot could go right against the right thigh. You kind of connect. And then they bring an anchor. Feel your sit bones, your right hip. What's it doing? Is it lifting a lot? Can you find more weight on the right side? Okay, we'll come out. We're just going to sit in center for a moment. Going to put the hands on the legs, but you could put them anywhere. Drop your gaze down the bridge of your nose. And we're going to fold into the inside here. So you can reach your arms up if you like. And then take the hands down to the center and have a little flossing. Turn yourself and then bring yourself into wherever this is. Forearms on the floor, palms together. If that works, resting on your hands. All exactly right. And I feel a stretch in the right legs. I hope you do too. I'm just going to anchor the heel to the floor with the toes up. So I get both sides of the right thigh, resting equally in my mind's eye, whether it's happening or not. Just as you are, let's take 3 beautiful breath in and breath out. And your eyes are closed. Okay. So the way we came into this, friends, was through a pigeon. So you might keep your eyes closed and walk yourself up. Take your hands over to the left side and, find that pigeon again, whatever it was. Do a little rocking of the hips. Okay. And we're going to take that, you're going to come to hands and knees. So find your hands in your knees. Tuck your toes under. Let's do this forward and back that we were doing. Hands might go forward more. And find your flow. Moving with your breath. Boy, that feels, good. Maybe you might imagine these are happening from the solar plexus. Feeling that. Good. And we'll settle back into child's pose. The tops of the feet on the floor. And maybe the arms stretch forward. Or they support your head. Whatever it is. One more breath. And bring yourself to your hands and your knees. We're going to bring the right knee forward a little bit. Tuck the right toes under. Take the left leg back. A little bit of just moving forward and back. Okay, we're going to come to the standing pyramid pose. So whatever you need to do, you feel it. Oh, does the left knee need to come down first? And you just, like you're a fancy dancer, you lift your hips up and walk your feet apart. Play with whatever it is you need once you're here. And move around in this pose. Feel it. Bend the knees a lot if it needs to happen. And we'll come out the same way we came in. So go slow. Feel all the things that have to happen. We can get that right knee to come down. Once we have that down, I'm going to walk the hands forward and move into pigeon. And it could just be knee forward, knee out, whatever it is. So you can come into this shape and just rock your hips side to side. Okay. Oh, good. And we're going to release right onto that right hip and bring yourself up to this again. So find it, take time, move, adjust. Now we're going to sway side to side. So set yourself up for success. And then when you're ready, you're just going to find your flow. Like this is, encompassing yourself with the great arc, moving the ribs side to side. And of course, there's the leg stretching that's happening, the grounding. Feel all the parts of you resting on the earth as you take these waves. It's great. Oh, such a good thing. Okay, and moving that left arm, you play with where the left hand goes. You feel all the different places you can twist the torso. Eyes are soft. Yes. And we're going to settle over to the left side and decide where you want that left arm to go. Take it over. Find your place here. Whatever that is, could be so relaxing. And if you release the right arm, it's going to feel not as, active. So I'm just going to stretch through this right arm and maybe turn the left palm up because I can bring the forearm to the floor and there's that opening. Good. Okay. And bring yourself upright and pause for a moment. We're going to lie over this leg. So turn the chest and reach the right arm up. And maybe the right leg needs to come in. Play with that as you turn. Bring yourself into wherever you go. You move with joy. doing. So whatever it is, I mean, look at what I'm doing. I mean, look at what you're doing. Whatever it is, it's good work. And you play a little bit on the inside. What's your left foot doing? And at some point, there's a settling and receiving anything that's being opened here. Beautiful. You might keep your eyes closed as you bring yourself up and just sit for a moment. You're going to take twist onto the right side. So adjust. And then when you're ready, take the left hand over and start to turn. Once you're in here, you notice the left hip really lifting. Can move my heart back. So I bring more weight onto the left side. You pick yourself up a little higher. Heart lifts. And settling into the structure that you have created. And bring yourself into the shape. Inhale as you are. As you exhale, we'll gently release. We're going to come to center. I'm going to put my hands on the legs. You put them wherever you like. The eyes are closed or the gaze is soft. And we'll move into a forward fold here. So I'm going to reach the arms up. That feels like a good place to be. Do that and then descend into this underworld, into the depths of you. Moving in any way that feels good. Fold in between the legs. Staying as you are for one more full inhale on that. Sink in a little deeper exhale. And you're going to gently come out. And again, you can keep your eyes closed. You're just going to move back into your pigeon. So find whatever version you're in. I'm just going to wiggle side to side a little bit here. And we'll bring knees back together. Good. Okay, so we're going to stay on hands and knees for a few. Do what you got to do. And support your knees. I'm going to bring the left hand into center, and as you inhale, reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, just take it underneath. Just moving in a way that doesn't need to go all the way up to the sky. Feel the rotation of your torso. I'm going to bring this arm underneath. Feed it underneath. Come onto the right shoulder. And then the left arm can stay exactly as it is. It can stretch out in front of you. I'm going to wag the hips here. That's okay for your knees. I'm looking for space. Good. Okay. So as you come in, you're going to feel your right shoulder might be closer to your ear. So you can almost pick yourself up and roll over that right shoulder. So that comes down more. So here, move this arm. And just there. Let me see. Good. A few more breaths. And come out, lift the arm, and feel more free. And then we'll switch sides. So put the right hand down, start to move the left arm with your breath. Oh, got two nice cracks. That's nice. Good. That's it. Okay, now we'll feed the arm underneath and Bring yourself down. Do whatever you want to do with the right arm. You could rest, the head could be supported with the right hand. You could reach out. I'm just going to roll over that shoulders. If that feels okay for you, create some space. Guiding your hips very gently. Good. 2 more breaths here. Notice if this side feels easier and tighter. And then we'll come out and lift the arm. Oh, okay, last downward facing dog before we come to lie down on the backs. Just feel strength in the feet. Press through the heels and the heels of the hands. And if you want to lift one leg up in the air, and maybe we bend that heel to the hip and we lift the knee up and take a little, nice, and pigeon in the air. I'm just gonna switch legs. Get that on the second side. Okay, come down. Great. All right, let's take our blankets. We'll turn them torso shape. Okay, once we have that down, let's grab our bolster. Put the bolster, we're going to just lie over the bolster to start, just kind of an opening and settling. So if you want another blanket for your head. We have the tennis ball. Let's keep it. See what happens. We bring it in. Okay, great. Anyone else excited? Okay, and then once we're here, heating pads too, friends, if you want your heating pad. Just lie down. Okay. And once you come in, if you're like, my hips need more padding, put another blanket, whatever you like there. We'll just take a few moments. You can stretch your legs out. You can keep them bent. Just bringing yourself back. Staying as you are. Take the arms down by your sides. And as you inhale, reach the arms up and over your head. Backs of the hands descending towards the floor. And then exhale and just bring them back down. I'm just going to move the arms up and down. And let the hands move as they like. And feel into the movements that you feel in the bolster. The chest moving, arms moving. And the next time your arms come down by your sides, just going to turn the palms up, keep the arms hovering so that the shoulders and wrists are in a line, even in your mind. And inhale and reach these arms out to the side and over your head. And exhale and bring them back. And the palms might turn. Let all of that happen. Just be in the sweeping, whatever noises you hear, and moving of your shoulders. Make this into, we'll add both. So the next time the arms come down by your sides, inhale, take them up and over your head, and exhale and sweep them out to the sides. Let's do that a few times. And then we'll reverse. So the next time the arms come down by your sides, inhale, take them out, up, and exhale, bring them over your head and down by your sides. Move with your breath. Let's do one more. Nice. So I'll let the arms rest. I'm going to take them back overhead. Maybe I'll grab opposite elbows and they'll rest on this bolster here. Stretching my legs out here at this time. This big breath. Okay. Bending your knees. Place your feet on the floor. We're going to lift and lower the hips. I'm gonna actually, let's see, I'm gonna bring the arms down by the sides, palms down, just rest the forearms on the floor for a moment as you set the legs. Good. And take the tops of the shoulders back, like you're almost like hugging the bolster with your upper arms. It's not happening. Just imagine. It's going to engage the back. And then exhale, soften. And as you inhale, start to lift your hips. And it might just be a little bit. We're just going to lift and lower. You can add the arms if you like. Just take the arms overhead as you come up. And but come down and just swing the arms out to the side like we were just doing. Let's do this maybe another 4 times or so. Change the way I'm moving the arms. Keep lifting and lowering your hips. I'm going to do 2 more. Good. And coming to rest. Okay, we're going to stay on the bolster just to bring in a windshield wiper as your arms might go up to the side with the palms up. And start to rock the knees side to side, and basking in the little bit of massage that's happening here with the bolster. Okay. And bring yourself to your center and come up. So you might take your hands behind your head and lift the head. And we did this in class the other day where I grabbed hold of the knees, and the other day, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. See how that is. Oh, maybe if you got that, you're like, oh, we did a rock. Oh, we did a row your boat. We did this. Good. And then once you're up, we'll come up. And I'm going to keep this blanket here for the head, and we're going to split the bolster underneath the small of your back. So just leave it there for a moment. Come to lie down. And then once you're down, lift your hips and bring that bolster underneath. And I thought this was interesting. We did this in class the other day. Let's grab your tennis ball. Just hold it in your hand for a moment, and you can kind of settle yourself here. I'm right away going to windshield wiper-ish, rocking, moving. Okay. Oh, good. Feel yourself in this. It is a cat shape almost. The hips are lifting. If you have a blanket under your head, head's lifting. I'm going to take this tennis ball and in the right hand, rock the knees over to the left till the right tush is exposed, and then throw the tennis ball in there. And come to a windshield wiper. And you can move that tennis ball around. Just looking for a little bit of a tush mush, called it the other day. Just gonna mush this. And as we get to the outer hip, that's where things are very tender. So, protect, go as far as you can, but don't not do it. And just moving the ball from the center of the tush to the outer hip, up and down. You have lots of space here. The hip bone is very large. All the way up, top of the hip and down. And then we'll come back to that comfort of the fleshy part of your tush. So just be wherever that is for you for. I'm going to take another 3 breaths here. You might even just drop the knees all the way to the right. Put as much weight as you can onto the ball. You can move your left hip. That's going to also wiggle something. Okay, and then we'll come out. We'll take the ball out. Just pause and feel. And then second side. So ball in the left hand, rock the knees over to the right, and put the ball into that left cheek somewhere. It's moving into a windshield wiper. It's your goal. Move the ball if you want to with your hand. Mush the tush for a few moments. In any way. And then we'll move to the outer hip area again. Place of interest. You'll notice one side is tighter than the other. You probably already know which side is your tighter side. Every day is different. So you think of it as new information in some way. Okay, and then after you've done that whole outer left hip side, you go back to your tush. Make it more. So I'm going to drop the knees over to the left. Might rock this right hip up and down a few times. Be also moving, like the tailbone, and there's so many ways to move. Bring it in. And drop all the weight onto the ball. And take 2 breaths. You can have more breath. You take your time and come out and just enjoy that for a minute or two. Okay. I'm going to stay on the bolster. If it's a hindrance, you can come off. The advantage of the bolster is we all have this little drop. So I'm going to take the tennis ball and I'm going to put it into the small of the back that's kind of hanging off the floor and then push it up. So it's on the right side of the spine, maybe underneath the ribs. No wrong place. But as I windshield wiper the knees, it's going to have more weight. So I'm just doing let's say, bottom of the ribs, or maybe the ribs themselves. I'm moving the tennis ball as I do this. So I'm looking for places here. And sometimes we do this right on the floor, but with the lift of the bolster, it's a different weight bearing. These are very not fleshy parts. So I'm just moving the ball around here in the mid back area. And because they're not fleshy, you can do this really quick, but it can also be very uncomfortable on the floor. Not to say we don't do it. Okay, take the ball out, pause, feel, and then we'll go right to the other side. So you take the tennis ball on the left hand, find the small lift of the low back area, and then just shove the ball up on the side of the spine, anywhere. You want to keep your hand there, just walk the ball around any place that's accessible as you walk the knees side to side. Moving with your breath. We don't need that much time, so we'll do maybe 2 more places here, and we'll take the ball out and just set the ball aside. Pause. I'm going to draw the knees into the chest. So you're welcome to move the bolster down or up. You bring the knees in. Gentle rocking. Knees side to side. I think of this like a back massage. I'm going to bring in the egg beating as a way of just moving the hips and the low back. Staying on the bolster, just going to eat with those vegan eggs. Which is flaxseed and water. Okay, reverse. Just feeling everything kind of move here. You're playing with that a little more. So as you're beating with the legs, you're also moving the hips. Okay. Bring yourself to almost like a center, and then we're just going to have some space between the legs. Knees are bent. I'm going to shift the feet over to the right and over to the left. This, moving the low back. You can take your arms overhead if you want a little more of the full moving. And good. And then we're going to rest, in air quotes, with the knees into the chest for a happy baby. So we're bringing more weight into the upper back. Just allowing that to descend. And you want to straighten your legs. You can take your hands to the inside of the heels or the calves and straighten the legs. If you straighten the legs, and when you rock the feet in and out, it's just about bringing more weight into the upper back. Okay, take 3 breaths here. You settle in whatever place it is. Feel you can soften your pelvic floor. And when you release feet to the floor, you can slip the bolster out from underneath you, and we'll come into a Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees, thighs resting on the bolster. The legs can be wide apart if that's better for you. Good. Okay. Whatever you like to do with your arms out to the side, resting on your body. Bring yourself back to this meditative breathing. Good. Feeling yourself resting here, we're going to do a little bit of face massage. I'm just going to start by taking the fingers to the center of the forehead. Nails are touching. I'm just going to rake from the center of the forehead to the temples, and from the temples up to the hairline. And just do that a few times. So maybe the pinkies are on the eyebrows and index fingers are up at the hairline. Soften your jaw. We'll take the index fingers to the sides of your nose, say the up where the eyes are, the sides of your nose, and we'll just rake down and just over the lower eye bone and back to the temples. Just do that a few times. So from the sides of the nose and right at the eyes, corners of the eyes, and trace down and over the lower eye and towards the cheekbones, I guess it's more cheekbones than temples. Feel there. Again, no wrong place. Okay. I'm going to draw lines from the nostrils under the cheekbones and up. Do that a few times from the nostrils under the cheekbones and up. And then from the corner of the mouth, just going to trace up wherever it goes. Maybe the jawbone might be hitting the chin bone. That's the next line we're going to do. Just feel all of that. Nice massage for your face. Maybe some tapping on the forehead and just tapping on the cheeks and waking all of that up and settling. And circle the eyes a few times over the eye bone, eyebrows, just tapping. Good. And we'll bring the palms together, give them a rub, and we'll rest the palms over the eyes and settle in here. And make these very dark. The willingness to walk in the dark and the unknown, be excited about it. From here, friends, you can stay in this position, just settle into Shavasana. You want to take another shape or stretch the legs or anything you like. Bring that in. This invitation to rest, not sleep. It's taking your attention and letting it flow through this body. Every exhale, an opportunity to tuck in. Every inhale is filling with joy. Filling your heart with the overflow of gratitude. Releasing any extra tension, the jaw, the eyes, pelvic floor. Introducing a mantra into this moment. I am open. Releasing yourself into deepest state of softening, opening, relaxation. I am safe. I invite you to stay exactly as you are. If you would like to end this practice with 3 minutes of sitting in meditation, you then right here in Shavasana. Start to bring yourself into a seated position, and you can move very slowly. So whatever you like, it's going to end with this conscious meditation, which can be done in Shavasana, the opening to meditation. Bring yourself upright if you wish. Whichever posture you've chosen to remain in, softening the muscles of your face, letting the corners of the mouth lift up slightly. you wish to come to sitting to feel this practice and still in your Shavasana, thinking that beginning your journey out, you're already seated, and bringing yourself more deeply into this state, whatever that means for you today. When you drop in more deeply. Tuning into the energetics around you, breathing in all that goodness that you have filled your space with, allowing the breath to be released back into this space, filling your energy bubble. Good, positive, joyful energy. As you're ready, friends, on the exhale, bringing the hands at the heart and bowing your chin. We'll seal this practice with one Om. Inhale to lengthen. Om. Breathe into your hands. Put there whatever it is you need. And then offer that to yourself deeply. Whatever it is. Make the impossible possible just by willing it so. Right? Take all your and bring it in. So much love and honoring for you and practicing your presence. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Enjoy this. Happy Tuesday and see you guys soon. Thank you, everybody.